Our supply chain challenges in the HVAC industry are not unlike those of many other industries. It's about aligning ourselves with our suppliers and our customers. And certainly it's impossible to do that with every customer and with every supplier. So it is about aligning key customers and key suppliers that will really move the needle, and then aligning ourselves properly in inventory and performance to have a interactive and responsive supply chain. Our wake-up call as far as opportunities for building a responsive supply chain was the fact that we often spent more time creating our orders, managing our POs, expediting those POs, instead of the smart work. And the smart work is doing more on the front end of the game, making sure the programs with our key suppliers are manageable and effective, to make sure that our plans are engaging both customer and supplier, that everyone understands what our objectives are and what that plan is, and they become aligned properly. So the biggest thing was just the awareness, the wake-up call. What's really going to make a difference? Our key areas of need for a supply chain solution would be flexibility, a solution that's specialized in supply chain, that's connected to and investing in that discipline of business. We were not unlike many companies around the world that are reliant on the purchasing functionality of their ERP system. The future growth of Johnstone Supply required out-of-box thinking, best in class, and we knew it wasn't going to come from a cookie-cutter approach. So we wanted robust demand planning opportunities or tools. We needed flexibility to implement our inventory strategy into the software. So a software that could actually be massaged and moved without customizing it, and be able to, that we could grow into. We certainly did not want it to be a solution that fixed today's problem. We were looking at as much what might our supply chain look like in 10, 15 years from now, and who's going to be there with us, engaged in the game of supply chain. Our lean culture is one that was awareness that when we think about lean, oftentimes we think of manufacturing. And in reality, every business is manufacturing something. It's manufacturing a PO, it's manufacturing a sales order. So it's all about process improvement and efficiencies. In our organization, we must strip out in wholesale distribution all non-value add processes. So our lean approach is to continually look at each and every process and its consumption and value to the customer. After all, our job is not done until the customer is satisfied. So lean is all about looking at processes that are absorbing our expense, our overhead, our resources needlessly, without any value being delivered to the customer. The results we've been able to achieve with Logility, with our lean approach, has included a one full inventory turn. We have reduced our A-ranked stockouts. We're ABC stratified. Our inventory is ABC stratified. Our A-ranked stockouts have been reduced by 27%. Our B-ranked stockouts by 11%, and C-ranked by 19%. Our back orders have been cut down by 25%. So what we have learned and enjoyed from Logility, and oh yes, we've only scratched the surface since our implementation, just January of 2010, I believe it was. That process is allowed us new ways of thinking and even new ways to utilize our own ERP system and being able to manipulate it, because it was naturally the course of action we had to do when implementing a bolt-on, as Logility is. But we are happy to report we're doing more with less. I recommend Logility because of its flexibility, its future capabilities, its ability that you can grow with the software, and it will support your growth no matter what strategy you pursue. And that's probably the best two reasons I would say give it a look. Our return, once implementation was complete, was less than 6 months. So we started seeing process improvement almost immediately, but tangible ROI, the software was paid for within 6 months. And it's always hard to assign some expense dollars to what really was the true effect. So I say 6 months is probably a generous assessment. It was a pretty quick payback. Kind of embarrassing that it took us so long to get the money for, in the sense that it was such a quick